Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Gaming Addiction, a YouTube channel where we talk about gaming and all the good stuff. Today is another shoutcast from the Mini LCS. I'm choking already. And today's game is Okami Gaming versus Bunny Kingdom. Okami on blue, Bunny Kingdom on red. Okami have banned Vayne, Morgana and Graves. Bunny Kingdom banned Fiora, Lulu and Malphite. So this game's looking to be a bit interesting here. We could see an early level 1 invade from the side of Bunny Kingdom. They've already gone straight to the river. A lot of teams have actually been doing that quite a lot recently. Denying a level 1 invade on the lower half of the map, as opposed to the upper side of the map. So it might be something to do for future teams watching this broadcast, is to actually invade up towards the red side as opposed to the red-blue side. It's confusing, but it makes sense when you sit down and think about it. So obviously we can look at the picks here as we go into a pause. A little bit disconcerting as time is of an issue. The tapping you can hear is the chat. I don't show it to you for your own sanity. So Jirachi is going to be playing Ari in the mid lane. We've got Volcano Combat playing Darius in the top. Bardley is going to be playing Thresh with Beidou Melend on Lucian in the bot lane. And Prince Salem bringing a Jungle Jax to the game, who has actually disconnected. A little bit worrying there. So it appears that he's restarting his client, as I just showed you the chat, which is something I shouldn't have done. In case you haven't guessed it, I am doing this recording in post. On the side of Bunny Kingdom though, let's look at their picks. Digeru is playing Udyr in the jungle. We're having Desox on the Nautilus as a support, which is really weird. If you look at his abilities there, you can pause it as I go through all the abilities. They're not really supporty, they're more team fighty sort of control, so good anywhere as a flex pick. But as support, it's rather interesting. But of course we got Muffins playing Lux in the mid, so obviously going for that 40% CDR build that we've seen him use before, going for maximum wave clear as opposed to maximum offensiveness. Boneheaded is going to be a bit of a bonehead since you're on the top lane, and Praying Bunny for Bunny Kingdom will be leading his people in the bot lane on the Ezreal. So that could be an interesting matchup between Ezreal and Lucian. Both of those champions waiting until about level 3 before they start to go ham, or wait for opportunities around about the level 3 mark for ganks. Elsewhere though, this game looks to be a pretty straightforward one. I expect the top lane to be heavily in favour of Darius, because even if you build him tanky, he'll have damage from his hemorrhage stack, so Boneheaded will be relying on Digeru to come up to that top lane and start getting those early ganks on to give him an advantage. And in regards to the junglers, I haven't seen Udyr or Jax in a very long time, so it's going to be a case in point to see who decides to play what and where as time proceeds. When they decide to make their mark, when they make the move, I suspect it'll be more top and mid. The bottom lanes are really something that's going to be reliant on the support Salads and hooks, as we see a dredge line coming straight out from Nautilus. A few extra hits as well, Praying, but he could actually get the first blow on here, but no, drop Solution to 100 HP and forces Melend to retreat. Whilst Nautilus decides to go along and start clearing out wards and keeping that vision control, and that's certainly something to need to watch out for. Nautilus, his dredge line where he throws the anchor and pulls himself to it, or pulls him and his enemy together, is quite a long channel time. It's not something you expect with hook abilities like Blitzcrank or Thresh. As we see, Bonehead takes quite a few stacks. He's actually forced to pop the flash. Unfortunately gets caught in by the Apprehend. He's taking quite a lot of damage. He's dropped down to a few hundred HP. It is going to be first blood on to Darius as Jax comes up to just to clear out some minions, get some XP farm himself in, and help push that lane out. So that's quite devastating actually for Bunny Kingdom quite early on. I predicted that lane to go the other. Actually no, that was going with my prediction. My apologies, I'm talking out of my cheeks again. I'll let you sit on that one. Let you try and guess what I was on about. But at any rate, it seems to be quite the case here looking at this game. So looking elsewhere, it's still a very slow-paced game. In terms of these picks though, it's certainly going to, both teams are very team fight orientated. I would say Okami more split push with the Jax and the Darius, as opposed to Bunny Kingdom, although Udyr has shown he can split push, as can Xin Zhao, especially when he gets up in the levels, he starts getting some attack speed on. He can really start pushing out the lanes and taking down minion waves nice and quick. But otherwise, slow, steady, methodical. Prince Salem coming up to that mid lane. They were looking for an opportunity for Muffins, but it's not going to be the case. Muffins are not on sale today. As Beta Melon gets caught in the exhaust, they're trying to stop him getting on the land, so unfortunately no one stood on it long enough, so Beta Melon is going to get away. Quick dredge line from Nautilus is not going to secure anyone. Unfortunately, Thresh goes in with the flay, tries to keep everyone under the tower range, and still nothing. Udyr is going to back away. He's looking quite injured. And oh, Bonehead is so nearly caught out there. I just quickly saw that on the mini-map, so that was very, very, very close. That was very close. If Prince Salem had just been there a couple of seconds earlier, a quick leaping strike would have denied the recall, and that would have been the end for Bonehead, and that would have been another kill for Okami, but not the case today. Although Bunny Kingdom already starting off nice and early, getting themselves a very early dragon at about the 6-minute mark. And now we just need to wait and see where they intend to go with this. I would expect it's going to be a gold push moment, so they're going to go back, buy some key items, and see where we go from here. Itemization wise, it's all looking fairly standard. Xin Zhao looking to get some life steal on so we can trade with the Darius a little bit better. As we can see, so laying down a couple of quick auto attacks, does run on the tower. Unfortunately, the tower is going to get that third hit in, which is going to give Volcano Combat another kill to his name. So a nice easy pickup. I'm sure not going to be happy overall for Darius, of course, preferring that very aggressive stance for his kills. He wants to work for it. Doesn't like the towers take. After all, the towers can't behead you and give you a glorious execution. But otherwise, all is well. You can see the gold there on your screen. It's looking fairly in favour of Okami Gaming, especially in that mid lane. It's already a 300 gold lead, and the top lane as well is a whopping 900 gold in these early stages. That is still quite a major item here, as Ari starting to lay down the hurt. You're actually quite comfortable on that Ari. It might have to be a focus ban later on. We'll see. She'll have to wait and see what goes on further on in the week. But otherwise, this game is all good. All good and all calm and sweet and joyous and friendly. And that's pretty much it for this early game. It's going to be very slow, methodical, back and forth. No one really taking any pressure, no one really pushing too much. It's been down to the junglers for the most part, making the plays beyond that. Obviously first blood, of course, for Darius. It's going to be interesting enough to see who's going to go where for the next move. Jirachi's really actually being hyper aggressive, although we could see something now happen in the bot lane. G-Jero is coming through. He has got the bear stance, so he manages to get the stun. Quickly switches over to Phoenix, gets that first hit in for extra damage, and secures the kill as well. So already now this bot lane started to gain some momentum. Very, very slowly though. They've got a massive CS, not a massive CS lead, a CS advantage, to put it that way, over Okami Gaming over Okami Gaming, with 58 to 46 in total, spreading out rather nicely. Nautilus obviously picking up what Ezreal is going to miss, and he is going to need the gold, of course. Nautilus does want all the armor and health he can afford, especially with the opposing team composition. That's a lot of attack damage across the board. That's 4 champions of attack damage, and Ari being the only AP mage in the lineup, you could almost ignore her damage entirely because she hasn't built much spell pen. Although we'll see where that goes on. Of course, with her sphere being able to do true damage on a return with AP ratios. Otherwise, all is well. All is very well across the rift. There's been murder, there's been blood, there's been goal, it's been great. Basic Element is taking a few hits. And we can see that Nautilus is not willing to give up just yet. He wants to be a bit aggressive. We could see something happen here in the top lane. Everyone's huddling up. Although we might see Jirachi go down as well. Digo dodges the charm, takes a couple hits of Foxfire, which is not ideal. But also not the other well. Switches over to top stance, back to Bear. He's obviously doing very good on the stance rotation just to keep the advantages going from being first time in the stance here. And Jirachi's doing incredibly well versus Dislux under tower. Getting plenty of charm or bursts in just to keep Lux in place with no minions to interfere. Gets the damage out and then backs off straight away. I wouldn't be surprised if on her next back, at the very least, she will pick up a couple more AP items and go really for a mid lane, not for a mid lane, a mid game power spike in that mid lane. As Barley hooks onto the Nautilus, but Nautilus really being too heavy to pull in, just sits there and takes it. Although Barley's taking a fair bit of damage, drops the box, he goes. Actually going to go down to Beta Melon here, just one more shot will do it, there we go. And it is going to be a pickup here. Ezreal goes onto the top of your screen, and Desok's also going very, very low. It is going to be a double kill for Darius. Can he make it a triple? No, instead it's Prince Salem comes in for the secure. Dragon's going to be up in 50 seconds as well, so that's a bit of a massive advantage for Okami Gaming. And a bit of a misplay on the side of Bunny Kingdom. A little bit messier scrap there. Obviously there was a bit of communication issues. Scrump is undecided what he's going to do, and Barley did offer the Lantern, but Salem instead is going to go for a bit of invade spree. He's already cleared up the Gromp, he's looking for the Wolves. Looking for wards. And now's a good time to do it as well. He could go for I Like Muffins here. There is no minions to disturb him. Muffins is quite low on the mana pool, but instead he's going to opt out for it. And Jirachi is straight back into lane with Foxfire active, but then is going to dive out of it as Geru gets the bear stance for speed and runs away to safety, which is completely understandable. Although I believe it was Tiger stance, if I recall, for speed. I might be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments below. Meanwhile, all across to the rift, things are silent. Apart from the occasional Lux laser blasting down minions and showing how strong the wave clear can be. Of course, if you look on your mini map, you can see Prince Salem on that jack straight into the Dragon Pit is already starting to do some damage. Should be able to pick it up pretty soon. He's got it down to half health there. Unfortunately, he is now going to have to deal with two members of Bunny Kingdom, Geru and Desox, just holding the line. They don't want Salem to get anywhere close. Beta Melon is hanging off to the side though, and Jirachi comes all through. It is going to be a quick hop over the wall and a smite steal. They managed to get one kill out of it, sorry, for now. And there we go, Desox goes down for the second. They could go for Muffins. They managed to get the charm down, get the flame, and Jirachi picks up a double kill. So that's very nicely done for Okami Gaming. A 3 kill pickup for one dragon. And they've even got the dragon on top of it, which evens the dragon score and continues their gold push by a very hearty 4,000 gold. And to top it off and make it even worse for Bunny Kingdom, Okami are now starting to take away their jungle. So everything now coming up Okami Gaming. Bunny Kingdom on the back foot, but not out of it yet. They have got the wave clear potential for late game, so even if they lose a couple of towers, they can push the lanes through and deal some damage. Beta Melon taking a bit of aggression onto Praying Bunny. One more to attack, secures the kill. Takes a little bit more damage from the tower than I would have preferred, but if it guarantees a kill, it's a worth moment. And clears up the wave, and that's going to be all Beta Melon will do for now. He's going to back away and turn that BF sword into something useful, I suspect. Either Infinity Edge or a Bloodthirster, or the Essence Reaver, of course, the silly fool. As Geru manages to now even out that top lane just a little bit more. So Bonehead is not on the back foot entirely. At least he's now got an assist although I'm sure he would prefer to kill. But now it means they can actually push that wave down a little bit, and they might actually go for the Rift Herald. He is around for the next 6 minutes, so it's completely viable to go for it now and get that push in at the very least. But instead, Boneheaded is just going to sit there and poke at the tower like a farmer with a pitchfork on a bale of hay. And otherwise, not much more of this game can be said for this game, really. Money still on Okami Gaming because they've got only one split pusher as opposed to two, and the team fighting has proven to be better, especially with the composition they've got now. And what we've seen throughout this game, two team fights have gone their way nice and easy. They've got plenty of CC with Ari, Thresh, Darius. They've got Jax if they want to land a mass stun. They've got the Lucian cleanup if need be. These really more monstrous levels of wave clear and poke leading into a fight, as opposed to during, using his light slinger passive to get that free double auto attack on an ability cast, which makes him incredibly viable. And there we can see Jax and Darius now starting to clear up the Rift Herald, so that's going to be very, very nicely done. And there we go, Darius will get the kill. I don't know who's going to pick up the buff though. I suspect it will be Darius though, because obviously he'll be laning a lot more than Jax will. And there we go. We can actually talk about it now though, because we're actually seeing someone with it. So the Rift Herald functions much like the Baron buff, except that instead of giving you all the advantages of Baron, it now only gives you the empowered recall and gives your minions an attack speed boost. So as opposed to before where minions get increased range and damage, it's very similar, but they aren't as destructive, because they'll still be within tower range to take the damage, but they'll get more shots off. It's a sort of trade scenario. It's a very good buff to pick up, and especially so far this season, I can't recall off the top of my head for LCS because I missed a lot of the games. I don't believe the LCS has been going for it a lot, but it's nice to see here on the mini LCS at very least that players have been going for it, because it's a very underrated map objective. Especially if you lose a dragon, go for the Rift Herald. It gives you a huge amount of bonus here, as Jirachi goes right into Muffin's face under the tower, lands a massive amount of damage. Unfortunately, missing a couple of Foxfires does spell a sigh of relief for Muffins. Manages to get the laser sprinters quite a bit of damage onto Jirachi. This could be the moment for Digeru. Unfortunately, he's not going to go for it. Tessox just hanging around the mountain while to catch Thresh as his most vulnerable. Unfortunately, he is. But look, we're going to go down, but it's not going to be the end. Jax goes in with a leaf strike, gets the stun. Dago tries to give Tessox an opportunity to back out of there. He does flash over the wall to safety. Salem left wondering what on earth happened there. Someone got away from Jax. But still, very nice jungle movements there from both sides, and very, very good communication as well. Both teams fully aware of what's going on here, as Jirachi gets caught out by Xin Zhao with that very last second knock up there just to deny anything. Quick dragon sweep to keep everyone away and give him some safety and breathing room as he's going to back off here. And Lucian, as you just heard there, manages to pick off the bot lane turret. He's actually having a 1v1 duel with Praying Buddy in the bot lane. So this obviously is how the game is going to shape up. It's going to be those bot lanes going at each other here. Salem takes a fair bit of damage. Digo is looking to get some damage down with some Phoenix starts. Unfortunately, nothing is going to come of it beyond Salem being quite injured and is going to be forced to recall. So it's now going to be a case of, ooh, Patient Melon so close to damage though in the bot lane. Did get caught out by Xin Zhao. He's going to recall right now. Dragon's going to be up in about 20 seconds. So here at the 18-15 mark, it is going to be a Bunny Kingdom Dragon 2, I suspect. I have got the advantage for it, so why not? Although they have lost the tower, but currently there are no wards on the side of Okami, so they have no idea what's going on. As the supports have the game of Tug of War, who's got the stronger pull, and it's looking to be Tessox there. And Anchor kind of beats a meat cleaver on a chain. Otherwise, yeah, it's very good in the favour of Okami. Bunny Kingdom showing promise. They just need to wait for that opportune team fight. They have got it with Ezreal and Lux. They have got monstrous levels of wave clip, but they've also got monstrous levels of AoE damage that doesn't scale down with extra opponents hit. Otherwise, that's pretty much been the only problem, has been ganks and team fights. Xin Zhao now equals out the tower count, so it's 1 dragon apiece, 1 tower apiece. 10 kills for 3 though, as we see Okami now looking to make that 2 dragons for 1. I have got 4 members down here. Lucian is off in the bot lane, and Lux and Ezreal ultis trying to secure the dragon at the last second, but fortunately not much is going to come off it. While Like Muffins is very, very low, the ignite tick is going to be enough just as the shield gets back. Meanwhile, whilst all that was going on, Jax got caught out in the Baron pit, in the Dragon pit, sorry, and takes a fair bit of damage. His Page Mellow takes a huge beating, gets pulled away by Thresh at the last possible second. Xin Zhao manages to secure another turret. Jirachi takes down Desox all by his lonesome, and now 2 members of Bunny Kingdom fleeing in opposite directions. Praying Bunny doing a very good job there of laying down a huge amount of AoE damage using the Arcane Shift, but equally there was no reason for those 2 to back off. They could have kept Desox alive that little bit longer, and they might have picked off Ari or even Bardley on Thresh. But I'm not going to judge their decision, so it just seems like a misplay from my perspective, and I'm still judging, and I should stop it. Elsewhere though, of course, Xin Zhao did secure the top lane tower, and he's managed to push the lane in quite far, even managed to take down the inner tower as well in that top lane. So the top lane for Bunny Kingdom is something they can push on if they so choose. Their only resistance out is the inhib, and the inhib towers. Muffins takes a fair bit of damage again. Ari's been very mobile around that Lux. I was about to say Jinx. Wrong woman, but both completely nuts in terms of the lore. But otherwise, you know, Ari's doing very, very well in that mid lane. 157 to 131. And Xin Zhao's actually come back very nicely from his deficit, you know, pushing 2 new towers down and clearing that top lane for his team. Certainly opened up an advantage for later on should they get an ace at some point, or even just a major team fight victory. And that's all I've got to say really. I mean, there's not much else I can laying claim to other than Dikeru's done a very good job of filling in for wave clear and general pickups all together, considering he's 110 CS to 76 on Jax. He has got a couple more items completed, although Jax is now starting to get his key items done there. The Lux Laser really quite painful and not something I'm fond of taking to the face in Jirachi's case, already down to half health and needing to use the spell vamp of the orb for extra damage here. Lands the Foxfire, lands the charm, not quite. Although that fight is now getting really quite messy. Muffin's taking a lot of damage. Jessox goes in for the dredge line. Unfortunately, there isn't much else up to follow it with. And is that a Disreek portal? That is a Disreek portal set under the tower. Who's picked that one up? It must be. It is. Udyr has picked up a Disreek portal. Now that's not an item you see all that often. Gives health, gives armor. Off the top of my head. But the main thing is that as an active ability, it places a portal to help push waves. Meanwhile, though, this team fight breaks off yet again. Xin Zhao manages to pick up a Jax. Could they get Bardley's Thresh? Yes, they do. Praying Buddy's going to pick that one off nice and easy. Goes in for the Darius. Unfortunately, it isn't going to get much more than that. Does take the charm to the face. His ultimate is not available, so there's no true shot. And there's no Lux Lucent Singularity either. So, very, very lucky for Okami Gaming. That's 2 major ultimates that could have pushed right into their tower and got 2 more of their members in the fight here as they pick up another tower, making the tower score 3 for 2 in their favour. All the Lux Laser narrowly avoided there by Jirachi. Darius is coming back into the fight though. Everyone's quite heavily damaged. If he can get into the backline to Lux, that is going to be the end of her day. And 2 towers down in 1 push. So Bunny Kingdom have the ultimate wave push there. And there you go, that's the power of the Disreek portal, as you can see. Those little voidlings will pop up every I believe it's 10 seconds or something like that. And they die pretty quickly. They're not that much of a bother. It's really when they hit major structures, so towers and inhibitors, that they become an issue. So it's an alternate push as opposed to minion lanes. Meanwhile though, Baron is going to go down to Okami as they start losing more and more lanes. As you can see, Xin Zhao picks off the first tower in the bottom lane, and now there's only one tower left in the lanes, and it's the base left. So we could be seeing a straight up base race here as Okami pick up the first Baron of the game. So it's going to give them a huge boost. A huge boost, I tell you, as I look at my waveform and see how long I managed to hold that huge for. And yeah, it's going to be quite the benefit here. Although now we can see Xin Zhao and Desox there in the Okami jungle, just clearing up any necessary camps, securing objectives. They're looking for a pick on Beijing Melland here, or Jirachi, whichever comes first. True Shot Barrage comes through, does hit Beijing Melland, does about 25% of his health in one go. But I'm afraid that's really it. And now Bunny Kingdom are just playing it slow. They want to play out the Baron buff. If they can just keep Okami on the back foot, they don't get the advantage from it. There's going to be no Baron buff, the minions pushing lanes. Although Darius is trying in the bot lane, and someone could quite happily do it in the top lane as well. Prince Salem manages to kite out Wire like Muffins just enough for Jirachi to go in for a full blow. But it's blocked by a Charm and Spirit Orb, but it is going to be Salem that picks that up with a quick auto attack. Judge line from Desox, he's tanky, but oh, he's not that tanky. Versus an Ari, manages to knock quite a bit of his health away. Bonehead is forced to retreat. Prince Salem though does pick up the dragon. Now it's a jungler v jungler duel, and Gary could have actually won that. That could have removed the Baron buff from the board, though it wouldn't have removed a dragon buff here, as Okami very quickly start to level out the tower score. So it's now currently 5-4 in favour of Bunny Kingdom. It's 42,000 gold to 45,000 gold, nearly 46. There we go, just ticked over. With 3 dragons and a Baron to 1 dragon. And no Baron. Otherwise, this game is looking to be quite the interesting pie about here. I mean, I'm very interested to see what Bunny Kingdom will do. I mean, they have shown they have got the advantage, but they might be losing it if they're not careful. It's going to be one of those wait and see moments. Where's it going to go? Who's it going to be? Otherwise though, they've done very well to keep the gold deficit at 3,000 gold. Despite being only half the cure rate, that's really down to their massive CS leads across the board. Mostly in that top and jungler capacity. Their bot lane was doing very well. Unfortunately, Lucian then hit his almost level 12 power spike and then just started going nom 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 to all of your delicious boons here, as Muffins takes a little bit more damage than he would like from Ari's Foxfire. Now we're just waiting to see where things are going to go, who's going to do what. Darius is looking very smart on the 4-1-1. He's obviously doing the Noxious Academy proud, although these Baron minions doing quite a lot of damage to Boneheaded. Did keep Prince Salem occupied for a little while longer. I've got a wisp as Digaru takes a little bit too much damage, although Volcano Combat does take one too many tower hits more than he would like. True Shot Barrage does go flying through, doesn't quite pick up the kill. He is very, very low. And that is going to force Okami back. This mid lane tower still defiant, still refusing to fall. It's the only hope that Bunny Kingdom have left. Baron buff though has expired, so now's the time to push these lanes back out and try and regain some advantage. Of course, Dragon should be up in a few moments. If I recall, he should be in about a minute and a half. Somewhere around that window if my mathematics is right. And generally that will be the next advantage that Bunny Kingdom will go for. Okami though will want it slightly more because it will be dragon number 4 for them, which is a not quite a huge boost, but it does mean that it is a play to work for, of course, because the 5th one would mean that all bonuses prior double for a few minutes, so that and a Baron is pretty much the end of the game. It's just push on to the win. Or the Bunny Kingdom can push that back. They've really shown themselves to be one of the best teams. Jirachi goes straight on in, manages to take down Muffins. Desox did try to block it, but unfortunately even Nautilus's big Titanic rear can't quite block all of Ari's abilities. Those Foxfires know who they're going for when they pick up the scent. And now we could be seeing the final fight of Bunny Kingdom. How defiant would they be? The enemy is at their door. This Okami, the mid lane tower is going to fall. So 30 minutes in now, and it is 16-6 in favour of Okami, 54,000 to 47,000 gold. They have been the first to claim all 6 towers, 3 dragons and a Baron. And they're looking to make that dragon number 4 and Baron number 2. So that's going to be a massive power boost for them. All things considered. Game timer though still ticking on through. Who is it going to be? Who is going to win? Who is going to lose? Who is going to walk away the winner of today's game? Money is on Bunny Kingdom because they have shown that they can hold fast, although Okami have pulled a considerable lead at this point. 7,000 gold, 1 extra tower, 2 extra dragons, double the kill count. It's looking to be a tough decision for Bunny Kingdom. Itemization wise, let's look at that now, whilst we're in this sort of a lull between major objectives, of course, with the Ban and the Dragon not being available just yet. Ezreal with the Iceborne Gauntlet, and the Muramano as well, so he's gone almost a blue build, which is unusual to see, especially since they had to tweak items for a blue build Ezreal, as it was seeing a bit too much use and was upsetting the flow of play. If I recall, that was the official say from Riot. Lux going with the Luden's Echo, so she has resources the full cooldown build, so looking to drop a laser every minute or so, deal massive damage, push the wave out. It's quite a defensive build. Dragon number 4 though, now gone straight over to Okami. Lux, a very nice ice there, manages to pick up the Lucian. And is there going to be anything else here? Barley is caught. Pause comes out here. Obviously someone's having a disconnection issues. Obviously that laser was so powerful, it probably kicked Lucian out of the game. I'll chuckle if I'm right here. Just waiting to see on the news. I have a feeling it is actually Lucian that clocks out if memory serves. Otherwise, itemization wise, Ari's with the Zhonya's Hourglass is an interesting pickup. There's not a lot of attack damage as such on the side of Bunny Kingdom. Well, as we go straight back into the game, but it is going to give her survivability when she dives in, so it will absorb some of that incoming damage. We're actually getting so many buffs now, it's actually coming just the edge of the boundary that is available. Now Bunny Kingdom continue their push. They place a Z-Treat portal there on the old tower site because the length that these minions can travel before they eventually die out is about a whole lane length. That's from sort of outer tower to a nexus, not to nexus, to an inhibitor tower before they burn out. And there we go, it's going to clear up the wave rather nicely. Digeru manages to stun Jirachi long enough, but unfortunately it isn't going to be a Lux laser, but it will be the Lux abilities to pick up the kill. And now push for that inhibitor. One more auto attack will secure it, and it is going to be Praying Bunny that gets that credit. So very nicely done for Bunny Kingdom there. One push manages to bring them back even on towers, but more importantly also gives him that mid lane inhibitor as a pushing point. While like Muffin Soak does get caught out, recalling, Beta Melon will pick up the kill, gets the red buff as well, so it's going to seal up that portal to the void and stop all those void terrors from pouring forth and demolishing towers, and I'm sure lore-wise that is going to cause some issue. I would think Vel'Koz and Rek'Sai, Malzahar, Cog and Cho'Gath are going to have issues with someone abusing void creatures without Victor's permission. Anyway, lore jokes aside, T3 Portal is proving very, very effective on there, although equally so is Desox on that Nautilus. He has gone down 3 times, he has got 5 assists, but he's also been absorbing so much damage with the fights so far. Whenever they break out, he's been able to dredge line right into the middle and get a few knockups. His depth charge, I believe, has managed to pick up a couple, though he's used it fairly early on, hasn't used it as a knockup for a gap close. And pretty much that's all I got to say on Bloody Kingdom. Looking at the side of Okami Gaming, Jirachi and Ari's been fantastic this game with 6-2-5, as has Volcano Combat on Darius. So those first couple of picks for them has really worked out in their favour. Obviously taking a little bit of lane advantage early, and now it's just a question of getting Volcano Combat involved in teamfights, and we could see it here as Desox goes down. It is going to be a glorious execution, but unfortunately it's not going to be the kill here. Desox does get the shutdown onto Jack, so that's one apiece. Xin Zhao falls to Darius, and the fight continues. Lucian manages to pick up 1, Darius picks up 2, manages to pick up the ace as well. So a triple kill for Darius, and now is a whopping 5 for 1 actually. That's very well played on the side of Okami Gaming. Team fighting really starting to show form here, so now they need to push down this mid lane inhibitor tower and the inhib as well. Unfortunately, don't have any way of laying advantage. They need these minions to come in pretty quick to act as tower soaks, and now they're going to take down the tower and the inhib. They could push further if they so desire, but they already have Desox back up, and his dredge line is going to prove quite painful if he grabs someone. But instead, no, he's going to deal with those minions. They are a bit more of a pressing concern at this juncture. And there we go, Ari dancing back to base. Getting the minions to go wild. I'm surprised it's not actually a thing, to be honest. As a joke, if she does the recoil animation, the minions don't cheer or do a quick little animation. It doesn't interrupt the combat as such, they just sort of do like a little spin and that's it. Doesn't interrupt the wave. But it's only when the recall completes. Oh well, it's just a thought that just popped in my head there. Elsewhere though, Boneheaded taking a little bit of damage. Ari's really starting to prove that she has got spell pen for days. Nothing much more going to come of it. Darius looking to shut down that Z-Reap portal that's pushing in the bottom wave. So a very nice play from Daigeru there from the Z-Reap portal. Although Prince Salem taking a lot of aggression, although it's Daigeru is taking the majority of the damage here. He's actually forced to back away. Desox is now caught in the flay. Could get knocked up again, but instead he's not. It is going to be Volcano Combat. Going straight on. Gets one knocked in execution. He could go for the second onto Boneheaded, instead he's not. It's going to be 3 down already. Managed to get one return on the Jax, but unfortunately they do lose the Lux and the Darius. A quadra dunk for Darius. Oh no, it's a triple dunk, what a quadra dunk. But it is now pushed Bloody Kingdom onto the back foot, and I think that's pretty much going to be game. The death time is now 30 seconds at minimum. there from Deathsocks. They've got the damage, they can rotate it out. One inhibitor, sorry, not the one inhibitor turret, one Nexus turret falls there. Okami's inhibitor respawns, and now the damage comes straight onto the tower. They don't even care, they go for the fountain. But that is going to be GG for Okami Gaming, and another loss for Buddy Kingdom. So, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and I'll see you next time.